Before we dive into this incredible HFY sci-fi story, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Your support helps bring more epic tales of humanity's courage against the stars. And don't forget, share this video with a friend who loves sci-fi as much as you do. Zef-7 adjusted his human form one last time before stepping onto the scorching asphalt of São Paulo. His biometric sensors quickly adapted to Earth's gravity while his synthetic skin shifted to the exact tone needed to blend in among the inhabitants of this doomed planet. The Council of Athena had been crystal clear. Earth was a dangerous anomaly in the galactic sector. Intercepted reports from other civilizations painted humans as a violent, greedy, and self-destructive species. Endless wars, environmental destruction, systematic oppression. The list of infractions was too extensive to ignore. Zef-7 had 30 Earth rotations to collect enough evidence to justify the planet's cleansing. In the first few days, his observations confirmed the Council's worst fears. He witnessed muggings, corruption, domestic violence, and cruel indifference between strangers. Every documented crime, every act of cruelty recorded. In his memory, Banks was another nail in humanity's coffin. It was on a rainy morning that everything changed. Zef-7 was documenting a particularly violent neighborhood when he heard screams coming from an alley. Following the sound, he found 3 men surrounding an elderly woman, trying to steal her small purse. The lady was crying, begging them to leave her medications alone. Before he could decide whether to intervene, after all he was just an observer, a uniformed figure appeared at the alley entrance. "Police! Let the lady go and put your hands where I can see them." The officer was small in stature, but her voice carried unquestionable authority. Zef-7 quickly analyzed. Mei Ling Santos, 28 years old, 5 years of service, impeccable disciplinary record. The muggers, despite outnumbering her, hesitated. 3 against 1, boys? Mei Ling smiled, but her eyes remained hard as steel. "I like those odds." She emerged carrying a child, then went back for an elderly man, then an injured mother. 4 trips through hell, each one more dangerous than the last. On the 5th attempt, a beam collapsed, trapping her on the 3rd floor. Zef-7 could no longer stand by and observe. His synthetic muscles were far stronger than human ones. His skin resisted heat better. Within minutes, he had removed the debris and carried Mei Ling out of the building, moments before the roof completely collapsed. Who are you?" she whispered, semi-conscious, observing his superhuman strength. Zef-7 looked at this extraordinary woman, burned, injured, but alive, and made a decision that would change the fate of 2 worlds. "Someone who learned that reports can be wrong," he replied. 3 days later, Mei Ling woke up in the hospital completely recovered, thanks to the advanced medical technology that Zef-7 had secretly provided. She never managed to find her mysterious savior, but something had changed in her city. Crime dropped dramatically, resources magically appeared for social programs, and a strange sense of hope hung in the air. High above Earth, in a ship hidden in the moon's shadows, Zef-7 completed his final report to the Council of Athena. "After extensive investigation, I have discovered that initial reports about the human species were fundamentally incomplete. While problematic specimens exist, there are also individuals of extraordinary moral quality. Humanity demonstrates unique capacity for growth, altruistic sacrifice, and genuine compassion. I recommend continued observation instead of destructive intervention. Furthermore," he added, "I request permission to remain as permanent ambassador. There is much our civilization can learn from them." The Council of Athena, perplexed but intrigued by their best agent's findings, agreed to a moratorium. Earth would be spared, at least for now, and in a police station in São Paulo, Mei Ling continued her work, never knowing she had saved her own species simply by being who she was. The best version of humanity, shining like a star in the darkness, proving that even in the darkest corners of the universe, goodness can triumph. Sometimes saving the world is just a matter of being human. What followed was an impressive display of courage and skill. Mei Ling diffused the confrontation without firing a single shot, using only firm words and strategic positioning. When the criminals fled, she knelt beside the elderly woman. "Are you okay, ma'am? Do you need medical attention?" ZEF-7 watched, fascinated, as Mei Ling not only comforted the victim, but personally escorted her to a nearby health clinic, using her own money to pay for a taxi. Intrigued by this behavioral anomaly, ZEF-7 decided to follow the officer. Over the following weeks, he witnessed something that challenged every report he had received about humanity. Mei Ling worked double shifts voluntarily in the most dangerous neighborhoods. She knew shopkeepers by name, asked about their children, helped elderly people cross busy streets. When she found young people using drugs, she didn't arrest them outright. She talked to them, offered information about rehabilitation centers, sometimes even paid for their first consultation out of her own pocket. "Why do you do this?" ZEF-7 heard her ask herself one night after spending 3 hours trying to locate a missing child. "Because somebody has to believe things can get better." The android began questioning his mission. Each day brought new examples of human complexity through Mei Ling. She was tough on criminals but compassionate with victims. She was brave in the face of danger but gentle with the vulnerable. When her own paycheck was delayed due to municipal bureaucracy, she used her savings to buy milk for a needy family. ZEF-7's transformation reached its peak on one fateful night. He was following Mei Ling when she responded to an emergency call. A building on fire with people trapped on the upper floors. The fire department was still on their way. Without hesitation, Mei Ling entered the burning building. ZEF-7 watched in horror as she climbed the smoke-filled stairs. His sensors detected critical temperatures, lethal carbon monoxide, compromised structure. Any rational being would flee, but Mei Ling kept climbing.